Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. In the last episode, we were questioning Larry Butts. And of course he was giving us a hard time, but we eventually got the truth out of him. And it seems to be pretty crazy, like how can we believe this is true? But apparently he sketched something unbelievable with Iris flying over the burning bridge. What the heck? So let's continue on and prove that he's must be local, you know? I mean, really, dude, what are we gonna do with you? Okay, sketching. I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. I think it's pretty obvious what the contradiction is here, so let's present this. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I don't want to hear that from you, Larry. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth. Wow, a whole $1. Come on, Larry. If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. A foolhardy folly. Ah, you threw me off there, Von Karma. Using folly instead of fool. A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was! That run-down shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. Ah! It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight. Oh my gosh, that'd be funny. Phoenix flying. Well, if he could fly, then he wouldn't have fallen down off the bridge. What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? I knew he was gonna focus on that. Dude. Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why, you Nick! You dog! Dude, you never stood a chance with Iris. I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded, straight into the garbage. Just where, that's where Larry belongs. He's like, leave me alone, I'm gonna live in a garbage can from now on. Huh. Ah! What is it now, witness? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today is the day I get to completely stupefy you. Are you a Harry Potter now? Stupefy. Expecto Patronum! What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness?
I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Definitive evidence?
Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Laurice Donham, shall prove it.
I like how every little bit of that sentence he had a different face.
I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm gonna feed you a whooping serving of pain.
You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me. That's all you're good for. I'm sorry, my mind just went to a very naughty, very bad place. Larry as a dominatrix. Oh my gosh. Ew, no. Larry, ew, ew. Get it out of my brain. Proof that Iris flew.
When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere in that night.
Why would you assume that's Iris's?
A crystal sphere? This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers.
Dude, you had that all this time and didn't even notice what's on it? Ew, his fingers must be dirty. That sphere, where did you find it?
Ah. Let me see. Around here somewhere? Looks about right.
And it was half buried in the snow.
It had pretty much stopped snowing by then, but there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge.
The court accepts this crystal sphere.
That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward. There's something on it, isn't there? Oh my, it's a bloodstain!
What? A bloodstain? Alright. Evidence.
You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry.
Okay, please, I'm trying to forget about the thought of you as a dominatrix. Stop it.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's going to push me around anymore.
Except Franziska, because she has a whip.
Didn't you want to be called Laurice Donham only a few minutes ago?
Alright. Larry, I don't know what to make of you sometimes. You were so worried. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. No one else could have lost it. Are you sure about that? Which one should I use? Her staff or... No. Where's this picture? Yes. Yes, this. Excellent.
Larry, that night there was someone who lost a crystal sphere.
And you should know because you took that frickin' picture. She was your sensei or master or whatever. How could you not even realize it, you idiot?
There was? Who? Who was this stupid idiot?
You're the only idiot here.
Miss Elise Donham, the mentor to a stupid idiot.
The victim.
I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back! Ouch!
A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. No, girl, yours is completely different.
They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of a crime. Ugh! The crystal sphere! It's gone! Whoa, 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 whoa. What? 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 What?
What's with that reaction, Larry?
Just what does this mean?
If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris, after all. She was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either.
That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Dotem?
Oh, everybody keeps saying flew. A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected.
You can't do that. I saw it with my own two eyes.
And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring.
You honestly believe that?
Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dunham was found in her room. Was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Miss Franziska von Karma, I will use your full name just like you like to do to me. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Mo shows up like, no, Mo, get out of here. Why are you pointing at me?
The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case. That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. The same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean I'm the killer?
Oh,
No way!
enough joking. Just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case.
Okay. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise Donham left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Well, considering it's the last case of this game, you know big stuff is going to happen, so... Your response, Mr. Edgeworth. I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth.
Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
Of course you can, Bay. You have to.
Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do.
Yep.
That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this.
And you are the honorary Phoenix Wright, so you gotta do it.
Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You will do what?
That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. Ah, cornered theme song. Woo! I miss that song.
That should come as no surprise, because right now I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered.
I love it. All the references.
I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder.
They're even giving you a hint by showing this picture. Because of the whole, I think it's because of the... Let me see. Found half covered in snow. Yeah, so the weather data, I feel like we use that more than any other thing.
Your response, Miss Von Karma.
Birds of a feather flock together. Are you familiar with this phrase? Myers Edgeworth. I think one such bird is calling for its fellow now.
Go, go, Edgy! Do it! Prove it! Win, win, win!
Wait, did I get it wrong?
He's cheering.
It's as though I'm listening to the ominous calls of ravens. Ah, I thought I got it. Wait. I know I'm on the right path. Did I use the wrong one? Maybe I was supposed to use... Oh.
So, Mr. Edgeworth, what will you do from here?
One more chance, Your Honor. I can't turn back after coming all this way. The time of the murder and when the crystal sphere was dropped. I need to find proof that the latter happened first. So what do I show? Hold on.
I order you to present your evidence.
Okay. Which one do I have to use? Show it's half buried in snow. I gotta show... Oh wait, no. If it already says that on the crystal sphere, it says half covered in snow. I should have just presented this. Duh. Stupid.
This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly.
Snowing?
On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Ugh! Therefore... I almost did the judge's voice. The crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder.
What?
Order, order, order!
It's nice for Edgeworth to get to experience this epic moment with the music and everything.
On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused this crystal sphere to come loose. What? What could that have been?
This sphere. There is some blood on it, isn't there?
Ah! Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
Oh! Oh! That's an interesting thought, huh? I like the song. It's so good. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness.
Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma?
Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Myers Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakara temple courtyard.
That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing. No, it's not.
No, it isn't. You said it yourself.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. Most blood would be lost when it's removed.
If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dunham's body was found in Hazakara Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakara Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way?
I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove the possibility it happened as I presume. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation.
I wish Phoenix could be watching this, man.
Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakara Temple.
It's so obvious, though. By the... Look at the tracks, the snowmobile.
On that snowy night, there is only one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile.
Ah!
As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could also have been used to carry a body.
Yes. I don't know why they didn't just dump her body in the river.
Order, order, yeah!
This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave.
What do you mean?
The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
Does it? Heh. You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation.
What?
Yep. Edgeworth is like, okay, I'm at the point where I'm done. I'm passing the baton over to Wright. Where was the victim, Elise Dunham, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean?
Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
Creature. Oh, the thought of Larry being a creature is so funny.
Oh my god, Edgeworth, please. That's so savage.
This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. Oh my god. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy! Thank you! Even though you called me the lowest branch of humanity. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances.
Ah! Ah! She's so frustrated.
Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me?
There was one reason and one alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Francie whipping me all day. Ouch!
Myers Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped by you. What a shame, Francie!
This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all the legal system stands for. Oh! I demand satisfaction.
Is he dead? Dead. Rip. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for these questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I'm counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution.
And with this, the rest is up to you, right?
Court is now adjourned.
We did it! We held on! Ah, it was so nice to be Edgeworth. Very nice. He's such a bro. Alright, so that will be it for today's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye!